everybody, welcome back to Northernlion Plays FTL. So as mentioned, I think we're going to roll with the Federation Cruiser this time, the Osprey. Again, I like its nice varied crew. I do not like the fact that it only has one weapon and artillery. But let's rename this. This is going to be the Redemption, or just Redemption. And we're going to name the crew members after people who have been redeemed in society. Oh man, it's so much easier to think of the opposite. Barry Bonds, Lance Armstrong. I don't know. Let's just name him after the crew of the Matrix. We got Neo, Accept. Who would be our Mantis? Obviously, I think that would be Joe Pantoliano's character, Cypher. God damn you, Cypher. Who's the Rockman? That would obviously be Tank. And what else do we have? We have an Engie that I haven't named yet. That would be... Oh wait, Dozer was the Tank. Whatever. Dozer can be our repairman. That's fine by me. Tank was the Technician. Whatever. This is the Redemption. We should obviously rename this to be something that I cannot really spell. Nebuchadnezzar? I think that's close. Anyway, whatever. Let's get started here. So people have told me that you had a boyfriend who looks like a girlfriend. Now that is a killer song. We're going to be fine with this guy over here. I don't like the layout of this ship. But people have told me that to really succeed with this ship, what we have to do is focus as much as possible on upgrading our artillery as soon as possible. So if we can get that artillery up to the point where like it's firing nearly continuously, while still upgrading our weapons and shields. Well, our shields are not, or sorry, our weapons aren't necessary just yet, but we're still upgrading our shields and engines, we might be okay. We get a drone to start with here, which is a weird choice. We're obviously going to upgrade our doors right off the bat. And things, you know, with these runs, it could either go fantastically or terribly. That's the way things go. So we're going to focus probably on getting second or third level of artillery before we get second level of shields. Artillery costs us 30, and of course another power bar as well. So it's going to be slow going to start with here. Maybe we'll go second bar of shields, then focus on artillery. And we do have a ship that we're going to have to deal with here. First things first, we're going to take out enemy weapons accordingly. They are firing 3 lasers, which represents a serious threat to us. But assuming we can hit their weapons before they take ours out, which we did, and they missed with like all shots there, which is awesome. Solar flare comes in the best possible room for us. And assuming we can take out their hull laser next, they stand pretty much no chance. And they actually have a fire raging inside of their piloting room right now, which might be enough to take out the ship, but I don't want to rely on that. So instead we'll just keep this up. There we go. If we get a decent supply of scrap here, 16 is enough to upgrade our artillery, but we can't get our artillery charging any faster yet. Unless we depower our engines down to level 1, which might be worthwhile, who knows. We're going to attack the pirate here because they should be reasonably easy. Obviously, burst laser is going to come in on there. I mean, it's weirding me out that I only have to manage one weapon at a time here. We should close that door. Who knows what's going to happen in that back room there. But please, just before the missile launches. Okay, we did manage to take out our shields are going to be down. That's not good. But they don't have any weapons, so it's okay. Our shields should be back up before they get weapons back up, so no harm, no foul there. We will go on maybe the engine system next because I expect them to take off. But anyway, it's amazing to me that I don't have to micromanage any weapons. Instead, I can just focus on, you know, getting the systems down that I need to be taken down. 4 fuel, 1 drone part, 10 scrap. Not worth it. So we're just going to continue attacking here. We should probably focus on shields just in case they manage to get, the repairs done as they just did. However, even if we don't manage to kill them with this shot right here, which we did, our artillery would have fired in like 5 seconds anyway. So we get 16 scrap, that's a little bit better, as well as another 10, 1 missile, 1 fuel, okay. So we can almost go for the shields. We're gonna get second bar of shields. I know I said I was gonna focus on artillery. I think second bar of shields is prioritized over that. Just makes it easier for us to possibly survive, basically. So we're gonna depower engines 1. Obviously reactor power is gonna be something that we're gonna wanna focus on a lot because we're gonna have both engines and shields, or all 3 of engines, shields, and artillery requiring a lot of power, but it's okay. We're going to focus on their weapons here because obviously we want their missile launcher to go down. These guys are probably going to get their FTL up, or they're going to try to take off. I didn't really read the prompt, but I assume this is what happens on this one. Their missile did land on my engines. We did take out everything but their missile launcher, so they should get another missile fired, which I'm not pleased about, but we've got to take that missile launcher offline before we focus on anything else. Luckily, they went for a systemless room, which, you know, if I was... Oh, I don't have auto-fire on? If I was firing, that would have gone differently, but... we're going to go on... Oh, there's a fire here I didn't see. We're going to go on engines next, because I don't want them to be able to get away. Then shields, then it doesn't really matter, does it? Even without shields down, the artillery is going to be capable of taking them out very easily. In fact, the artillery, if I was a betting man, I would bet on the artillery doing the killing blow here. I think they can still escape with yellow engines. At least it worked for the Beetles. But we're going to see if this artillery manages to take them out very easily, actually. So we're going to pick up 14 scrap. Not a lot, but there's another 11. Before we go for artillery, just dump one more reactor power in here so we can have that extra 5% chance to engines. It's for peace of mind, basically. It was probably a better way to do that, but again, I'm prioritizing artillery next, I promise you. I don't want to fuck around with this ship. That could present a problem to us. So instead, we'll go to this last beacon here. We're collecting a lot of resources. Missiles and fuel certainly look good. We do have to fight this ship. The good news is this ship is an easier fight for us than the last one, because the asteroid field is actually going to prove to be to our advantage as I close these doors finally. It's going to prove to be to our advantage because they are going to lose a lot of their energy shields just from the asteroids coming in. So unfortunately, we are going to have a fire in a pretty nasty place here. It shouldn't be able to spread, but with our shields being damaged by their ion weapon, I definitely want to focus on taking their ion weapon out as soon as possible. Our med bay's down. No skin off my butt. And 4 missiles, 1 drone part, 15 scrap, and a breach bomb Mark II. Sign me up. That is a pretty solid surrender. Now we are going to move our engineer in here to repair the med bay, and then we'll move him back. And we can almost, with like 20 more scrap, we could get our artillery upgraded again. But now I kind of want to focus on getting our breach bomb up. We probably don't need it up right away, but soon that'll prove important. What we could also do for now is just swap back and forth between breach bomb Mark II. Acquires a missile, does 3 damage to the system, and creates a hull breach. That is awesome as hell, actually. Anyway, for now, let's jump to the exit. Hopefully we have combat, we get 20 more scrap, get that artillery up so it charges 40 seconds instead of 50. -2 fuel for 2 drone parts is an easy offer to reject, and we'll jump into NG-controlled sector next. We have some NGs on our ship. Maybe they can find some blue conditions for them to do some good stuff. We'll see. I haven't had the greatest luck with the Federation cruiser. It hasn't been one of my go-tos yet, but maybe my go-tos are reaching Super Saiyan level. That was the worst joke I've ever done. And we'll be able to get some good stuff happening here. So there's the second level of artillery. We got that going, so we've got a much slower charge now. Well, not much slower, but 40 seconds instead of 30 seconds, or instead of 50 seconds. Every 10 seconds counts. Like an FTL, that can make the difference between, you know, taking out an enemy system before a missile fires on you or something. Again, as usual, we're going to be total pusses and accept this bribe. In the meantime, let's just continue jumping here. Basically just amassing a lot of resources. I expect that this combat is going to work out fairly well for us. We should be able to take out the weapons before they do any damage to us. Might want to focus on shields, but it's safer to take out enemy weapons first. I think that mathematical question of what's better to go for first, shields or weapons, for the most part has been mathematically solved. Or it's solvable anyway. I haven't solved it. Someone maybe has solved it. With weapons completely down, we'll now focus on shields and basically let the asteroids just ravage them. And we'll try to get our 3rd level of artillery up as soon as possible. We have a really good sector, we can probably get it up before the end. With shields down, they pretty much have no chance. We'll just go for doors or something, so in case the... Ooh, I guess we'll go for weapons. They're going to surrender. With 5 missiles and 12 scrap, 4 fuel, that's a good surrender offer. I can't refuse that because... basically, I might end up needing these missiles for this breach bomb. But for now, we'll just jump away. And continue going to these, like, beacons that are a nexus for other beacons around it. I like this background. We got breach missiles. Requires 3 power, 1 missile, 4 damage, pierces all shields, high breach chance. I think we'll go breach bomb instead, because bombs teleport, whereas missiles can be shot down by drones. But hey, that was a nice, like, free weapon setup. So we're going to go this distress beacon first, because the other distress beacon we can go to next, and it gives us an out to get closer to the exit. Let's search for the ship. We get a stasis pod or a weapon. We're going to take the weapon and the scrap. So we get a heavy laser Mark II as well as 14 scrap. Let me think about this for a second. Fires 2 heavy lasers, 2 damage each with low chance of breaching fire. If nothing else, we'll be able to sell a couple of these, and I feel like the breach bomb is what we want to go with. But first things first, we're going to upgrade that again. Take 1 power out of engines, and this way, now we only have a 30-second charge on our artillery. It's going to be firing basically twice as fast as it was earlier. This is a very nice setup for us. I'm very happy with the way things are going right now. And considering we're only on Sector 2, we've got a pretty powerful setup. If I can get this artillery to the point where it's firing like every 20 seconds, and then I can get my shields up to the point where I can last 20 seconds without my artillery system being damaged by enemy missiles or something, things are going to be looking very good for us. As you can see, we're already like 1 burst laser takes us halfway to an artillery charge. And I don't think these guys are going to be able to do any damage to us at all. So I can basically just sit back and wait. I don't want to sit back and wait, but you know, you got to do what you got to do sometimes. Artillery should be firing any second now. And wow, that really raked them up there. I said raked, relax. This is going to be a problem for them considering, you know, oxygen's out, and it's kind of hard to repair anything when you can't breathe. Take it from the Chilean miners who got trapped. And with every system basically taken care of now, I'm not sure what these guys are going to do. They should probably surrender, but maybe they don't have anything worthwhile, and I'm probably going to be pretty ruthless to them regardless. So yeah, artillery is proving very valuable. This could be a run where we could, I'm not going to say go the distance, but have some good luck for sure. Sadly, we're going to have to give these guys nothing. We have 27 missiles, which is awesome. My favorite James Franco movie. And we haven't even used any, and we're probably not in the market to use any anytime soon. Now, I think we are going to aid the civilian ship here. They're going to board us. We have a decent crew that can avoid getting destroyed by this boarding. We got 2 Mantises coming in here. I think what we want to do is just stack up dudes in our door system. They might go for oxygen then, and then we'll stack up dudes in oxygen. I don't know. This is not going to be easy necessarily. What we could do is just fight them in the med bay. Yes, so Rockman, come back here. We'll power down 1 level of artillery. I hate to do it. Yeah, let's power down 1 engine. I hate to do that as well, but this way we can fight them in the med bay. We should be fine here. Their weapons are hurt. Our oxygen is down. And since we have no chance to dodge anyway, we might as well just send our pilot in here to repair all this nonsense. Artillery is going to be able to fire again very soon, which is good news for us. And we're winning this fight in here in the med bay for sure. Their systems are almost entirely down. Weapon systems, that is. Here comes our artillery fire. This is going to be a big win for us. Especially, yeah, if it takes out some of their more asshole-ish systems. Alright, weapons are basically completely down. Shields are going to go next. We can depower medbay, power up engines in case they get any more shots in, although I think it's unlikely. And that fight went pretty well for us. I would love to get that next level of artillery even before we get 3rd bar of shields or more engine power. I don't know, though. For now, we got another crew member. Awesome. And it's going to be Ryan, which is fitting, although a little bit scary as well. And we're going to put him over here. He can basically be a 2nd repairman on this side of the ship. Very pleased with the way this is going so far, if you couldn't tell by the tone of my voice. So I don't think we should booby-trap the cache. I think, yeah, we're just going to take it, get a ton of scrap. What do we need? We need 80 plus more reactor power for that last level of artillery. I think we'll go store this beacon, then exit, if possible. We have so much stuff to sell. So let's just see what we got here. We don't necessarily need any of this or any crew members. So first things first, anti-personnel drone. We don't have, oh, there is a drone control unit for sale. And this defense drone will be super valuable. I think we sell breaching missiles, keep the breaching bombs. I think we sell heavy laser as much as it pains me to do so. I believe we should buy the drone control unit. Even though we don't have many drone parts, we don't need it yet. We can buy more later. Or we could buy more now, actually. Just to give us enough for a base whenever we want to use this defensive drone. We could depower enough stuff to make it work. And we should actually maybe just invest... I hate to do it, but we're going to invest in reactor power so that for right now, we can get these defense drones out if possible. That'll help us avoid taking damage from enemy missiles. I don't want to use too many drone parts because we need to save them for later sectors, but for now it's okay. We get a small bomb as well as 14 scrap. Probably want to sell the small bomb considering we have the breaching bomb, but anyway, we're going to go civilian sector so we don't have to fly through the nebula next. And next phase, definitely getting this third level of reactor power. Sorry, artillery power so that we can fire even faster. We're going to aid the civilian ship here. This is kind of a difficult fight. So I think what we're going to do is actually defense drone. Oh, sorry. Defense drone and breaching bomb Breaching Bomb might take a little while to charge up, but we're just going to drop this in on enemy shields. The reason we're going for shields and not weapons is because our defense drone should handle all the weapon problems. And it does how much damage? 3 damage, right? Yeah, 3 damage to systems is pretty good. Here comes the missile, I'm imagining, but we should be able to shoot it down. Yes, there comes the bomb. And now, we just go back to burst lasers. And we should be able to fire some burst lasers before they can do very much damage. And if nothing else, we're just waiting for artillery to fire at this point, which is not going to take very long at all. They did almost manage to do damage to us there, but not quite. Defense drone should take care of this missile for us. They are very hurt. The problem is I don't want to use a drone part every single mission, because that's going to cost us basically like 8 scrap per beacon, which is not good. But anyway, let's get this hooked up. This is only Defense Drone Mark 1, so the issue there is that it's not going to block lasers, which is kind of a problem actually, because they're going to be firing 3 of them, which if all of them hit, it has the potential to at least do some damage, as you can see right there. We'll send the Rockman in here to fix this. But their ship is taken out, and I'm very pleased with the setup that we have. We got a Burst Laser Mark 1, which we don't really want. The civilian ship is going to hook us up with lots of good stuff, though. And the reason we don't want Burst Laser Mark 1 is that it only fires 2 shots. I mean, that's not bad. And we kind of need 2 more weapon power anyway, so we can run 2 of these weapons at the same time. So maybe it would be good. We'll get up to 4, or we only need 1 more. Oh, no, we need 2 more. And then we can, yeah, I'm rambling here, but you kind of get the gist, I feel. Basically, spoiler alert, we're probably going to have 4 weapon power eventually that we'll use for Burst Laser 2, and then 1 of Burst Laser 1 or Breach Bomb, depending on the situation. So we're not going to go to the store just yet. We are going to go to the store soon, because we have a small bomb to sell, which I believe only sells for 15. I don't think we need to repair yet. So let's just jump to the store. I really want to get this 3rd bar of artillery up. They have a teleporter, which we don't really want. Small bomb sells for 27, my bad. And we can sell this other defense drone, too. There's no need for us to have 2 of those out at the same time. I think we should buy more drone parts. A few, anyway. And then we'll upgrade... Here's the thing. We'll upgrade our artillery now, and then next step is we'll upgrade more reactor power. We basically have to put in a lot of reactor power. I'm not going into this distress beacon because I worry about the artillery. Or sorry, not the artillery. I worry about the nebula. But anyway, we're going to go distress beacons. And I'm very pleased with the way things are going so far. We're getting a lot of items, which means, you know, a lot of stuff to sell. We're going to go breach bomb. We do need a defense drone out here, I feel. And we're just going to drop, again, basically same strategy. We're going to drop our breach bomb on the enemy shields. It should take it out well enough so that we can use our burst laser to just take them out the rest of the way. And since they only fire 1 laser, this ship should actually be less problematic for us than the first one we fought very recently. So here comes our bomb. Did manage to take out the enemy shields, so we'll go for burst laser next. It'll be nice when I can upgrade my weapons to the point where I don't have to switch back and forth between these, and I can fire like 5 lasers instead of only 3. However, I'm going to stick with it. This is fine for now. Artillery is about to fire, maybe at the same time as the burst laser. Very similar, at least. And now that they are pretty much handcuffed, we're just going to continue firing burst laser at the only system that matters for them, which is... Well, you know, actually, weapons don't bother me. We should just fire at engines so they can't get away. And the missile managed to hit, no thanks to our defense drone. I don't know why I had that out then if it's not even going to block the shot, but hey, it's okay. Might sound sore about it. I'm a little bit sore about it, but I'll get over it. And we actually... they're going to surrender. They're giving us a lot of missiles, so I'm going to take it. I can't believe another missile actually hit us, though. And we have 32 missiles. That's beautiful. I love everything about that. Reactor power is going to come back up here, so our artillery... Oh, they're dead, actually. It's going to charge even faster. We're up to like 20 seconds artillery charging now. Beautiful. Next step, I think, should be 3rd bar of shields or more weapon power. I think we're fine. Well, hull beam could be good too. But I like the lasers more, actually. We should upgrade our engines at some point as well, but for now, I think it's just best to kind of keep doing what we're doing. Get that extra weapon power up so we can have 5 lasers firing. These guys gonna have some problems, I feel. Burst lasers should be able to take out their weapons fairly quickly. I'm not too worried about using a defense drone here because it's absolutely useless for us because it won't be able to shoot down any lasers. We're just gonna wait for artillery to be able to shoot. And with the artillery basically continuously firing, the reason I upgraded it so much so fast is in the hopes that when we get into fights like versus the Rebel flagship, provided we can keep our artillery up, it's gonna just like tear through the ship, as you can see right there. So even when it could be the difference between being able to break through the enemy ship and not being able to break through the enemy ship. I believe we can't upgrade our artillery anymore. But I also believe that we're only on the 3rd sector, which means we are doing incredibly strong right now. These guys are borderline screwed. If the artillery doesn't get them, my burst laser will. I think artillery is going to fire first, though, as you can see. And our ship has become an offensive powerhouse. We should be able to, you know, not shy away from any fights that we get into here. I think we can actually make this distress beacon here. And again, next thing we're going to get 3rd bar of shields. Again, I understand the importance of getting more engine power. I think we have bigger fish to fry right now. 3rd bar of shields or more weapon power. It might even be worth getting more weapon power first. I'm flip-flopping here. Then we need to get more reactor power. Well, either way, we have to get more reactor power. This is a fair trade because we need drone parts more than missiles right now. I think we can do one more jump before we actually go to the exit. I might end up regretting this decision slightly, but hey. Alright, this is good. They're going to try to power up and get away. They're not going to stand a very good chance of that. Although there's a reasonably good chance that we might take some damage here, but our artillery is going to tear through them. Step 1, take out their engines. Step 2, missiles. Step 3, artillery is probably going to fire. Artillery might even fire before step 2. Alright, with engines hurt, we're just stalling a little bit here. At least their FTL is going to charge more slowly. And here comes our artillery beam, which is going to do some serious damage. Hurt their weapons to the point where I don't think they're going to be able to do any damage to us. The oxygen is going to be a sore spot for them as well. And of course now we will go for enemy shields. And before we get to fire our burst laser a second time, I believe our artillery will fire again. This is actually really nice to just be able to sit back, micro one weapon at a time, and not have to worry about too much else. So artillery is going to go here, and then it's going to take them out. I think that we're in the running for potentially getting and beating the flagship here. Don't want to count my chickens before they hatch, but we've certainly got a good setup here from an offensive standpoint. We need a little bit more from a defensive standpoint, but again, considering we're only going to Sector 4 right now, it's still very early for us to be as powerful as we are. So, let's see what we get here. We do have a store very quickly, which I am going to go to because I want to sell the hull beam. As useful as the hull beam could be, I think we're going to be better off having the lasers going. So let's sell the hull beam, 35, that's pretty good. And we're going to use this to finance more weapon power. Alright, so now we can have 5 lasers firing at exactly the same time. That's great. We cannot avoid prioritizing shields more at this point now. We need to get that 3rd bar of shields up to have any chance for survival. And I would love to come across some more combat here, because obviously our ship is basically built for it at this point. What kind of ship do we have here? Do they have missile launchers? No. They do have a drone. Now, how fast do these fire at roughly the same time? If they do, I would love to... actually, I think Burst Laser 1 is going to fire a little bit faster, so we might want to not auto-fire that one. You know, they're pretty similar. There we go. We'll just fire Burst Laser 1 at the same time. Pretty much taking their weapons offline. They do have a bomb left, so I think... Again, we'll just keep one auto-firing. Here comes artillery. That's going to be very good for us. Here comes Burst Laser 1. It's going to fire. And it has taken weapons offline, so we'll send Burst Laser... Or, sorry, Burst Laser 2 is that one. And they are pretty much screwed right now. I don't think we need to do too much more micromanaging. I expect a fire. If not a fire, then a laser will take him out. Perfect. We've got a very good offensive ship here. Pretty much nothing getting in our way in terms of success. I would love a bigger crew. That would be nice. I would love more scrap so I could upgrade to the 3rd bar of shields and then start to work on the engines a little bit to increase our evasion chance. But the fact that we do have a defense drone gives us a pretty good chance of success in the future. I think we should accept the bribe here. Avoiding combat is decent. That's probably a high-risk, high-reward situation, but hey, we at least got something for nothing, which is more than you can say for most encounters in FTL. Accept the offer. -2 fuel for a drone part. I'm gonna reject that. It was borderline. I considered it, but I don't think it's worth it in the long run. You never know if we're gonna be short on fuel or drone parts. Might as well stay flexible. Now, this is an asshole ship. Their ship has drones, a bomb, 2 missiles, and a laser. We're gonna go on weapons as soon as possible, and we're not gonna worry about timing on this one. We're just gonna worry about getting that energy shield down. Then we can sweat the timing. Good shot by our defense drone. Some missiles are still gonna hit. It's kind of unavoidable, but that's okay. Our artillery is gonna fire. I think artillery should be able to get through the enemy energy shield, and indeed it did. So here come our shots. Now we want to make sure we fire the burst lasers at the same time, so I've got to pay attention here. That's a problem. Now we don't need to worry about that. Now it's fixed. Okay, so we could worry about it, but I don't think it's necessary. We'll just let our burst laser fire. Good. We did some damage to their weapons. We took the bomb offline, so we're not going to take any more ion damage, presumably. Thank you, missile defense drone. Now here comes the moment of truth. Burst lasers fired. Beautiful. Then we fire our other burst lasers, and they got taken out. Fantastic. Third bar of shields, of course, becoming more and more of a necessity. That was obviously a difficult fight, as you can see by the reward in terms of scrap that we got. But everything's going just fine. We can repair our hull if necessary very soon. This hopefully does not represent a substantial problem. Ooh, it kind of does represent a substantial problem. We're going to send everybody, 3 people at least, to fight in this medbay. And we're going to power up the medbay by depowering engines, because obviously those are not important right now. Now the question is, can we win this fight, or are we going to slowly be whittled down? We really need to kind of take care of this door control room as well, because if we lose all of that, once fires get started, it's going to be very difficult to deal with those, but that's okay. This guy should lose to human and NG unless he's like super leveled. He's going to go fight in the med bay. I think that's a mistake on his part, but we'll see. Solar flare is imminent. Let's see where this comes in. In the med bay, that's probably going to end up benefiting me more than it hurts, or more than it benefits them. Everybody, I think, is basically safe to go back to where they were going. I don't really worry about our medbay being unhealed. Where is this guy? Ryan was just miscellaneous. Medbay's healed. We need a pilot who is Neo. Can't believe I don't have Morpheus on this ship. And you are in... Oh, no. You were going the right place. Alright. So once this... we have no engine power, that's why. So we're going to have to deal with a lot of fires here because I'm a big dummy. But hopefully the engines will charge fairly soon. We'll just put some more power into them so they charge a little bit faster. Here comes our next solar flare. Hit in the sensor room. So we're going to send NG Human in here to take care of this. That's our only fire, I believe. And once this is taken care of, fix the sensors up real quick. We can fix the sensors as we fly. And again, next thing, third bar of shields, then we're going to be set for a little while. This is kind of a difficult spell of combat here. But the enemy ship should be taking a bunch of damage. Cloaking should not keep it from getting hit by asteroids. That doesn't really make any sense. But, again, all we need to do is really hit them a couple of times. Or have asteroids hit them and take down their relevant systems. So we're going to fire 1 burst laser on weapons, 1 on cloaking. We should actually switch these. We want more damage done to weapons than cloaking. But we do want cloaking to go down because that's what's going to allow us to basically tear them apart. Beautiful. I think they're pretty much screwed here. Might as well. I think cloaking doesn't need any more damage. They're going to go down to asteroids before I even get to shoot them. Oh, artillery took them out. Just in time, I feel. 26 scrap. Now, by depowering 1 bar of engine power, it's close. I can't even upgrade my ship yet, but let's go here, then the exit. And we'll talk about getting this 3rd bar of shields up, because obviously that is the most important thing for me right now. We are going to deal with another ship right here, and this warrants a defense drone, because they are going to have a missile launcher. And we're just going to fire... We haven't even had to use our breaching bomb yet, which is awesome, because this is going to be kind of our ace in the hole as we get into these later sectors. And now we have... what should we go on first? Probably weapons, because they can't repair anything anyway. Yeah, now we have 36 missiles that we can use to take them out as we get further on. Here come some problems for us, but hopefully we can hurt enemy weapons. Here we at least did nothing. Drone control unit has been disabled, which needs to be repaired ASAP, or we're going to have some troubles with these missiles coming in, as you can see. Well, it's hull damage. It's not the end of the world. Defense drone is back up. Okay. Now we need to shoot. Our burst laser just fired, so we should fire our other burst laser now. Beautiful. We've taken some weapons offline. Shields are getting hit. That's okay, though. Here comes burst laser again. Their cloaking device has been hurt, so I think should be able... There we go. We've taken them out. Tough fight, though. We need to go to the store as soon as possible, but we're not going to get one, so the next best thing we can do is just upgrade our shields to the point where we should be able to actually, if our Mantis heals here a little bit faster... Come on, buddy. You can do it. I know. And there we go. Okay, so we're fine again. 3rd bar of shields is going to protect us a little bit, but, you know, you'll forgive me if I'm a little bit jumpy here. Because we have a great run, but we only have 7 bars of hull integrity left. I will trade 2 fuel for a drone part now. I think that's a better deal now than it used to be, and we're going to go Zoltan-controlled sector. Achievement unlocked on a wing and a prayer. I have no idea what this achievement is. But we got it, and that's all that matters. Distress beacon or open air? I think open air is going to be better for us. As we wait and see. This is a tough one. Burst laser should be enough here. And we don't need a defense drone. So I don't think we need the bomb. I don't think we need the defense drone. I think we can put 1 power here. And then basically we're just going to fire on weapons first. We need to do this. I hate to do this because we're going to miss it and it's probably going to take a while. But this is how we have to get it done. We could go on drone control unit as well. They're basically interchangeable at this point. But, oh, come on, come on. Lucky us. So again, we're just going to try to do the same thing here to weapons. Burst laser is about to fire. Thank you, artillery, for tipping the balance a little bit more in our favor. We did a little bit more damage to weapons there. Again, every time we have to stop auto-firing burst laser Mark III, or sorry, burst laser in our 3rd slot, because otherwise it'll become imbalanced a little bit here in terms of our shooting. And we're barely holding on here with respect to not taking damage. Artillery's about to fire. That's good for us. Keep the weapons coming down. There we go. Finally, we have their weapons completely down, so we can switch to shields. And hopefully whittle those down a little bit, although it's not going to matter, because if artillery fires one more time, they're going to be done. So shields are hurt. Artillery's about to go. Race to the finish right now. They do have their drone control back up. Not a big deal. Artillery has taken them out completely. 35 scrap, pretty good. 3 fuel and a drone part. Still no store, which worries me, because I need to get hull repair now. And then we're going to focus on engines. This might be a problem, actually. So we definitely need defense drones. So we'll depower this. Get defense drone up. We should probably invest in a breaching bomb at this point. And the way we're going to do this, as we get 2 invaders here, we're going to send the Mantis here, and this should tip the balance in our favor. Ooh, maybe not. Maybe we're just going to send these guys into the med bay. And open all doors to hopefully keep them from doing too much damage to our weapon systems. We've at least distracted them. I think they're going to come after us. Yeah, that was lucky. And then we can depower... maybe we don't need to get medbay up just yet. So we're not going to fire burst laser yet. Instead, we're going to breach on weapons, because we need weapons to go down. There's nothing... Oh man, our drone control unit's out now too. This is nasty. Our breaching bomb just went down as well. We kind of need to take the long way around and go not fight them, but go repair our weapon systems here. Hopefully they choose not to come after us into this weapons room. It appears they don't, which is a very weird decision. We also need to send this guy in here to repair the drone control room. Oh, but this missile could kill us. Alright, so we're dead. It was a good run while it lasted, though. I thought we had a better chance. We probably had like 1,500 for score. 1,700. That's number 3 ship best for this, which is pretty good. But as always, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time.